Hello, it's Mr. Joe. This is what we need to start our experiment. 2 empty plastic jugs with strong handles. The handles are important. A permanent marker. Some paper. You might want to bring some extra in case you mess up. And something to color with. Scissors. Walk, never run, and always keep the metal part in your hands and the handles up. We're gonna need a grown-up because we're gonna have to cut into the plastic and we don't want to get hurt on any of the tools, so having a grown-up is an absolute must. Do you remember what we talked about last time? There were 2 things that plant needs to grow. Do you remember what they are? It's the sun and water. But plants also need to go into the dirt. That's their home. That's where they drink and get their nutrients. How do we help plants get into the ground? What kind of tool could we use to dig? If we want to make a hole, would we use a hammer, or a saw, or a shovel? A shovel? That sounds like a good idea. A shovel is exactly what we need to plant our seeds in the ground. To begin making our shovel, we're going to make lines on either side of the handle. We're going to get a big flat part so we can make the scoop part of the shovel, and we want to cut off the rest of the handle so we have something to grab. Now this part is the adult's job because you're going to be using the tools to cut this. After you cut it, it should look like this. This is the rough shape of our shovel. We can cut the corners off either side to form a point so that we can stick it in the dirt better. Now that is a cool shovel. I can't wait to see the ones you guys make. It's perfect for moving loose dirt and planting seeds and moving flowers. Just give it a try. Just make sure that there's no sharp edges on your handle so you don't accidentally hurt yourself. Now we planted the flower in the dirt and it can start getting the sunlight and the water that it needs from the rain. Look how happy it is. Now we know it doesn't rain every single day, so on the days that it isn't raining, how can we get water to our plant? Can we use an umbrella, a watering can, or can we go make a sandwich? I'm gonna go with a watering can. The watering can is perfect because it holds water very easy and all you have to do is tip it over whenever you think your plants are thirsty. The first thing we're gonna do is use our muscles to pull off those labels. That way we can draw and decorate our watering cans just how we like. If you get all the labels off, it'll be very sticky, and that's kind of exactly what we need. If you don't get that, you can scrape off the rest of it, and you can use some glue or tape if you need to. Now you can grab whatever you brought to color with, your crayons, your markers, your colored pencils, and your paper, and you can make a design to put on the side of your watering can. You can make shapes, flowers, or even a bunch of scribbles. Sometimes those are the best. Now it's time to cut out your masterpiece and put it onto the side of your watering can. Don't worry about cutting up your design because we're working with glue and tape and we can always put it back together while we're putting it on. We can cut this out with the grown-up, and always be careful while working with scissors. You don't want to get hurt. Now, if you peeled off the label and it was sticky still, you don't have to use any extra tape or glue. It should stick right on there. Wherever there wasn't a label, feel free to use the permanent marker to make your own designs, or use some glue and tape and add some of your own. I decided to go with the permanent marker. If you want to put your name on the side of your watering can, have a grown-up help you spell it, and then you can trace it out with your marker or crayon. Now just like the other side, it's time to cut out our name, and then we're going to put it on the other side of the watering can where the label was taken off, and it should still be nice and sticky. Now that we've thoroughly decorated our watering can, we can start working on the cap. That's where the water's going to come out. This is where we're going to need a grown-up's help again because we're going to have to make holes in this cap. I made 7 holes, but because of how small they were, I probably should have added more. Now fill up your watering can, and don't pour it inside, you don't want to make a mess. We have to bring this outside. Come on, let's go. Now if it doesn't rain, our plants will still have the water they need to grow big and strong. I can't wait to see all the beautiful gardening tools you guys make and the plants you'll water. I'll see you all next time. Mr. Joe, going down.